Imprints of well-thought-of principles of town planning can be noticed from Mohenjo-daro, the Mound of the Death, and Harappa during Indus Valley Civilization, which comprises of well-planned street grids and an elaborate drainage system. However, town planning in India, in the present-day context of preparation of development plans or master plans, was energized by the 15 devoted town planners who decided to come together with a vision of striving to promote integrated town and country planning practice, education and research, and accordingly established Institute of Town Planners India (ITPI) in 1951 under the guidance of late Shri M. Fayazuddin as the first president.
The vision of ITPI is to promote dynamic, inclusive and integrated town and country planning practice, education, research and institutional mechanism for vibrant, sustainable and resilient spatio-economic development of towns, cities and regions. The major objectives of ITPI, among others, include to advance the study of spatial planning to effectively service to states and country at large, to promote the safeguards of professionals and educationists in the field of planning, and impose the means for testing the qualification of candidates for admission to membership of the ITPI, recognize the schools, institutions imparting town and country planning education.
ITPI recognizes schools to produce qualified town planners that would serve the country in the future. It has also accredited 30 schools, IITs, NITs, universities, and another 32 institutions have been given provisional approval. To promote the activities of ITPI, there are 24 regional chapters and 5 centers in different states, mainly located in the state capitals. These chapters promote the objectives of ITPI in their respective regions. Apart from holding of annual National Town and Country Planners Conference in different parts of the country on themes of topical interest, zonal conferences are also organized by ITPI.
We are the institute which promotes the planning education. There are various state and national level town planning department has been set up. The ITPI has prepared numerous reading material for the student. We as a ITPI, we prepared one code of conduct for the professional planner.
Board of Town and Country Planning Education was constituted by AICTE under the initiative of ITPI. In the year 2017, ITPI organized international conference on the theme Future of Cities. The conference attracted a huge response and was attended by more than 35 foreign speakers and delegates. ITPI made efforts to initiate Bachelor of Planning programs since 1988 in various planning schools. On the request of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, ITPI prepared DPR for establishing 4 schools of planning. However, Government of India established only 2 schools of planning, one at Bhopal, second at Vijayawada. ITPI introduced integrated planning program leading to M-Plan. For conducting the associateship examination, ITPI constituted Town Planning Examination Board under chairmanship of President, ITPI and various experts from concerned disciplines.
For attracting 10+2 level students, ITPI conduct competitions like Know Your City and gives prizes so that they can opt for planning stream. In accomplishing this task, the initiative taken by Dr. D.S. Meshram sir, President Institute of Town Planners India, are noteworthy.
Under corporate social responsibility, ITPI donates a substantial amount to the Prime Minister Relief Fund regularly. It also gives generous grant to the NOS Plan, a student of planning organization for organizing various activities. ITPI instituted Professor V. N. Prasad National Best Thesis Award to be given every year to the postgraduate students of urban and regional planning. From 2014-2015, on demand from students of various schools, ITPI instituted the National Best Thesis Award for undergraduate students of town and country planning, which has been devoted to Professor Dr. D. S. Meshram, taking into consideration his contributions in town and country planning profession and education.
ITPI created the Women's Forum. Young Planners Forum was also created under the umbrella of Commonwealth Association of Planners.
ITPI publishes regularly 4 refereed journal and 4 newsletter every year. ITPI published the document titled as The Leading Lights of ITPI, Their Mission and Profession over the 60 Years. ITPI also published the document titled as National Conferences of ITPI, Conclusions and Recommendations over the 60 Years. ITPI also prepared urban development plans formulation and implementation guidelines for the Ministry of Urban Affairs and Employment, Government of India in the year 1995. All India Council of Technical Education, Government of India, entered in Memorandum of Understanding with ITPI in the year 1995 to utilize expertise of ITPI to review courses, norms and standards, and accreditation of schools, etc.
Setting up of the School of Town and Country Planning at Delhi, the Institution of Town Planners India had a major role to play. Dr. D.S. Meshram, he has been playing a major role in building up of our institution as well as the institute in the entire country.
Behind every success, there is a strong pillar as a support. For ITPI, that pillar has been Dr. D.S. Meshram. Born and brought up in Nagpur, completed B.Arch from Visvesvaraya Regional College of Engineering, Nagpur, followed by Master of Town Planning from Anna University, Chennai, LLB from Punjab University, Chandigarh, and PhD from Mysore University, Karnataka. He was Chief Planner of TCPO, Ministry of Urban Development, Government of India, for more than 12 years. He was member of New Delhi Municipal Committee and was also the member of Delhi Development Authority. Dr. Meshram worked as an architect planner at Chandigarh and at Chennai in defense.
He enrolled himself for the PhD in the University of Mysore, Karnataka at the age of 72. Dr. D.S. Meshram was appointed as a visiting professor on the prestigious Devaraja's chair.
I know Dr. Meshram as a person who is totally dedicated and devoted to the planning profession. In the DDA, as per the recruitment rules, only the engineer planners and architect planners were allowed to go up to the top post of commissioner planning. He found this anomaly in the recruitment rules and immediately took the matter with the Vice Chairman DDA, ultimately convinced him. He persuaded with the Vice Chairman DDA, and ultimately the recruitment rules were modified and all the planners, including the planners with the humanities background, were allowed for the promotion up to Commissioner Planning.
President for 18 times as elected unanimously. His advice has been taken by the Government of India and Uttarakhand government. The contribution made by Dr. Meshram to the ITPI cannot be measured, and therefore ITPI has awarded him with the award of President Emeritus, ITPI. Dr. Meshram believes that everything we plan and design transforms us. His transformation began in Nagpur, where he was born and brought up. Niti Aayog, constituted an advisory committee on reforms in urban planning capacity in India, which among others recommended to fill up all the vacant posts in town planning departments of the state government, also to constitute National Council of Town and Country Planners as a statutory body of Government of India. Dr. D.S. Meshram was the member of this committee.
I was amazed by the work that he has produced, but each one of them is deeply rooted in research, and he presents his critical findings and recommendations in a very easy to understand format for the planner. When he was the chief planner of TCPO, he would come home in the evenings or even over the weekends work on ITPI related matters. And ever since his retirement 20 years ago, even more so, he's completely engrossed in the work of ITPI. He's a very disciplined person, perhaps something that he acquired in his early career when he used to work in the Indian Defense as an architect planner.
Dr. D.S. Meshram, as president of ITPI, is committed to develop these strong regional chapters in India. Because of his opinion, the strong regional chapters can strengthen the ITPI.
Institute of Town Planners India, since its inception in 1951, striving hard to foster town and country planning profession and also to advance town and country planning education. In this direction, Institute of Town Planners India, in consultation with the Town and Country Planning Organization, Government of India, has prepared Model Town and Country Planning Law, which has facilitated all the state government to establish their town and country planning departments in the country. For advancing town and country planning education, ITPI has made outright efforts to convince to the All India Council of Technical Education to start All India Board of Town and Country Planning Education in the country, and which has been created by the AICTE. It was also realized that there is a class of my members, those who used to take the pride to call them as a architect planner or engineer planner, and that is why we have taken a conscious decision to start undergraduate town and country planning education, and in the year 1988 School of Planning and Architecture started the undergraduate planning education, which is titled as B Planning Education. I would like to suggest to my younger members of the Institute of Town Planners that there is no substitute to the hard work. Similarly, there is no age bar for enhancing your knowledge and skill, and younger generation should take the inspiration from this. Lastly, I would also like to say that individuals will come and go, but the Institute of Town Planners India will remain, and that is why all the members should participate in the activities of the Institute and strengthen the Institute, so that ultimately Institute will be in the position to watch their interest as a professionals, as educationists and as a researchers.
Complete control over the future is impossible because it is uncertain. But planning of uncertain future is possible. In fact, master plans or development plans of various kinds are nothing but our attempts to steer clear of future uncertainties. ITPI invites all the planners to come together and support ITPI in the endeavor to plan and build our future, as ITPI is committed to foster town and country planning profession and to advance town planning education and research.